So yeah, welcome everyone. We have to talk about this huge NFT age ROI nerf that came to CryptoCars, CryptoPlanes, and CryptoGuards, and how it completely changes the way you will earn in all of the CryptoCity metaverse projects. First, I would like to say if you have been enjoying my videos on CryptoCars, please hit the subscribe button below for more information on these projects and other NFT games in the future. So yeah, let's talk about this new update and how it sort of nerfs old players but increases profits for new players. So as you can see, a couple days ago they announced this new NFT age ROI Nerf policy, and I'm just gonna go through it a little briefly and just kind of give my opinion on it. So as you can see, instead of your cars, planes, and guns earning about the same amount every day, it is now going to start decreasing in value after every few days. So as you can see, the whole point of this update is to encourage older players to reinvest back into the projects instead of just holding their NFTs and collecting all the profits without any incentive to really put more money back into them. So yeah, we're going to take a look at this update in the Discord real quick, just because I feel like it'd be easier to see this chart. With this new nerf policy, in the first 20 days, your cars are going to average 27.5 CCAR every day, planes 25, guards or guns 12.5. Now what this means exactly, let me just kind of explain what this means for people that don't really understand what they're talking about here or don't really get it. By the way, this chart is more focused around like the classic and common cars and planes and guns and stuff, not really like the legendaries or rares, but we'll get into those later. But as you can see, when they're talking about how the average is 27.5 now, before this update, every day your average was around 20 for each car, and I'll kind of explain that a little bit more. So there are 5 different placements you can get. You get first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, or whatever, but your daily average would usually be around 20 CCAR per day, or 20 CPAN, or 10 CGAR. So basically what that meant was you were averaging around third place every day. Of course, some races you would get first, maybe other races you would get fifth, but for the most part you would average around third. And I just wanted to be sure exactly how they were planning on increasing your average before making a video. So they didn't exactly increase the amount that you get for each placement. Like third, you still get 5 CCAR or CPAN or whatever per race, or for third, and of course first place you still get 10, etc. But so they didn't increase the amount that you get per placement, but instead they just increased your likelihood of getting higher placements. So now if your car is within like the first 20 days, you have a much higher chance of getting second place or first place more often. Whereas if you have a car that's down in say like the 70-day or 80-day range, you're most likely going to start getting a lot more fifth places and fourth places and barely any first at all. So I believe that is the way that they're doing it now. They're kind of like changing the skew of how often you get certain placements. So obviously it is definitely better to have newer cars or newer planes or guns to get higher placements there. Now I've created this spreadsheet. I will have a link to it in the description if anybody wants to view it. But basically in this spreadsheet, I have broken down your daily earnings with this new policy versus how the old one was. So as you can see, the old, like I said, you would average about 20 per day. This is just, from my understanding, it's not like any official numbers that they came out with, but I would say the old system you would average about 20 a day, and then you see with this new system, the first 20 days you average about 27.5, and then the next 10 days after that 22, next 10 days 17.6. So I am just going to go through this chart that I created. So as you can see, with the old system, let's talk about this first. So remember, cars used to be 600 CCAR if you wanted to unbox the new one. So with the old system, you would, in theory, get your return, your break-even point, down on the 30th day. So you would get the 600 that you spent on your car back in 30 days ideally, more or less that amount. And this is not including any refuel or repair costs. So it would technically be a little bit more than that. But as you can see with this new system, opening a brand new car in a box is now $550. And to get that $550 back with this new system, it would only be 20 days instead of, the old system, it would take, 30 days. Or, to get the same $550, it would take around 27, 28 days. But again, with this new system, you'd get it in about 20 days. Now, the question is, at what point does the old system become more beneficial than the new system? I guess I don't really know the best way to put that. But, basically, at what point would the old system have made you more money than this new system? And I've done that in this chart. So as you can see, when you scroll down here for CryptoCars specifically, once you get down to about the 60th day, this is around the time where you would have made the same amount with either system, the new system or the old system. You would have made around the same amount by day 60. And then after that is the point where the old system would have made you a lot more than the new system. And again, I have broken it down for CryptoPlanes and CryptoGuards as well. Again, these charts are more based around the classic and common planes and cars and the bullet and laser guns. But basically, CryptoPlanes and guards are around the same. You see, you get your return in 20 days, and then they reach their the same level of where the old system would have been better than the new system. This is around 49 days. So basically, from this, it looks like cars, the new system is better for cars currently than it is for planes and guards, which it's not by much. It's not that big of a difference. But yeah, again, if you want to look at this chart, you can go look at it in the description. I'll have it linked, and I have it gone down to the 90 days. So in my opinion, once you've reached 90 days, you might as well go ahead and buy a new car, new plane or whatever, and sell this one. Or what you could do is you could fuse it into a legendary to reset your age, because when you fuse cars into a legendary, that will reset the age of your car. So in my opinion, what I would do is I would say, if I was a new player, I would buy 2 cars at a time. So I would say, as a new player, I would buy 2 cars first. Once those 2 cars have hit around 60 days, maybe anywhere from 60 to 80, then I would merge those 2 together, fuse those 2 together to create a legendary, and then keep that legendary for another 60 days or over 60 days. So yeah, fusing into a legendary would reset your age of your new car, and you could hold that for another 60, 70, 80, 90 days, however long you want to for that, and then eventually sell it if you want to on the marketplace. Which I will say, this update was really, really good for the marketplace in terms of a buyer. Not really much for the sellers, but as a buyer, it is really good for the marketplace, and I will show you why. So yeah, this update was really good for the marketplace across CryptoCars and CryptoPlanes, and eventually when CryptoGuards gets its marketplace. But as you can see, the cheapest cars now are anywhere from $450, $470, $480, anywhere in that range you could pick up a car for. Whereas before this update, the marketplace was always slightly higher than just buying a new box. Like, it was just more beneficial to just buy, a new box rather than coming to the marketplace, unless you were going to buy specifically like a legendary or rare or whatever. But I would say, as a new player, or any players in general, it is definitely way more beneficial now to just buy a car from the marketplace than opening a brand new box, because now you can get cars from the marketplace that actually have some levels to them. which, you know, levels don't really mean that much right now, but of course in the future it will help out a lot. But also, you know, cars, every 10 levels it gets an extra day on its repairs. So instead of having to repair every 15 days, you know, if you have level 10, it'd be every 16 days, or level 20, it'd be 17 days, or, you know, legendaries, it's minimum 20 days, and, you know, other things like that. But yeah, in my opinion, do not buy brand new boxes, buy cars from the marketplace, because they will be cheaper and they will be of higher level. Unless, you know, you're trying to open a box to potentially get a legendary, then, you know, go for it. Again, as I've said before in another video, I am in all 3 projects. So, you know, here's my cars right now. This car at 34 days, I am probably going to get rid of it. I'm going to buy a car from the marketplace and then fuse it with this one. I'm going to try to get a car that's at least level 20, maybe close to level 30 if I can, and you know, fuse it with this car that's at 34 days, because I feel like right now, if you already have a car that is, or a plane that is above the 30-day mark, you're not really benefiting from this new policy change or this new ROI change than you would have if you had a newer car. I am definitely going to fuse this 34 day old car. This car that's at 20 days, I'm probably going to keep it for at least maybe 40 days, maybe even longer than that too. But yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, after the 30-day mark, if you already have a car that's over the 30 days, you're not really benefiting much from this new system, and you'd be better off with, say, fusing into a legendary, or just, you know, buying and selling a new car. That's really completely up to you. You can go about this however you want to, but I would say definitely after 90 days, it would be beneficial to at least buy another car. You know, whatever. It depends on how much money you're willing to put into the project, how much you're willing to invest. But I would definitely say reinvest into the project at least after 90 days. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I feel like I kind of rambled a little bit more in this video than I wanted to. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe down below. Also leave a like on this video if it was in any way helpful to you. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later.